Okay, my good friends, how is everybody doing? Because today you're going to see one of the most incredible live streams I think you have ever seen. Hopefully, if everything works and the internet works the right way, um, it should really be quite good. So here, what I'm doing is I'm going to ask Grok. So you guys know, obviously. Hi, Iris. Hi, everyone. And I'm just, I'm sort of waiting for people to roll in a little bit. There's usually over 200 people in here, so I'm not going to start. I do use a microphone. I feel like my mic settings are good. Is everyone else able to hear me well? I mean, I've got it dialed in. Let me see. I'll go into microphone access. How's everyone else hearing me? Yeah, I mean, I got it all on high. Yeah. Okay, very good. I mean, guys, it's the internet. You can't make everything perfect with it. Okay. So today I'm going to show you guys how trade ideas has crossed the Rubicon, because what I'm going to notice, I'm using Grok, which, by the way, isn't even Trade Ideas official AI, because we have a fully embedded chat GPT on our system. But I specifically didn't want to use chat GPT because I want to use something different. And what I'm going to show you here is that you can now get the AI to set up your trade ideas alerts. So I've asked Grok here to tell me why we're better than our competitors, but I specifically didn't want it to, the AI doesn't just repeat what you want. It actually, if I said, hey, tell people that we're better than TradingView because we also have crypto, the AI would say, no, you don't have crypto. I can't say that, so that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be lying to you. Okay. And I would suggest anybody ask specifically, what do you think is better? Trade Ideas or Thinkorswim or TrendSpider or anything else. Okay. But I'm showing you that the AI understands that we are a standalone product. Okay. So now that we've got over 100 people in the live stream, I'm going to start again by saying that today's focus is me showing you how I am able to ask AI how to not just configure an alert window, but give me a link that I can then open in Trade Ideas Pro. So let me see. And again, it's not perfect, but let me just show you what I think is possible. I will say, Grok, we are in the live stream. Make me an alert window for 52-week highs for stocks making new 52-week highs with unusual options volume. Do you think you know how to do that? If yes, give me a collaboration link. Okay, let's see what we got. Grok knows we're in the live stream. And you know, that's the thing about it. It needs to see if it can figure it out. So notice, look, so here's what it does. It's telling you what it's trying to do. Okay. And it's giving me a full collaboration link. So I'm going to hit copy. And I'm going to go to new alert window. I'm going to close this one up and bring this one in here and show you what it did. So let's take a look. I think it might have messed up. Let's see what's going on. So options volume today, 200. Perfect. Select alerts, new daily high. Okay, I'm going to ask it something. So obviously, remember, guys, it's close. It's close. So I'm going to ask it, and I should have been more specific, but this is AI. Grok, you messed up because you did not add the alert specific filter of 365. Why did you forget that? And can you fix it? I'm going to show you guys also what you can do yourself. And it's pretty freaking cool. So listen what it's saying. And again, it's not bad. So I'm going to go to copy, close, new alert window. And let's take a look. Now we're talking. But what I do want to say here is, do you guys see how cool this is? I'm asking it to make me alert strategies, and it's not that bad considering it's not a Trade Ideas product. You know, this is a web-based thing, and it's popping fully functional collaboration links in here. I'm going to give it some positive feedback. Say, okay, that was really good. Can I have the inverse of this? Oops. Iris, I'm not sure what you're asking about. Where can I find it? Grok is on Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account, anybody with a X Twitter username has access to Grok, I think. Okay. So you see what it's doing. It's telling you what it's doing. You might have to have a Twitter premium, possibly, but you can use ChatGPT as well. I'm just giving you one example. New, avert window, and let's take a look. So this was the 52-week highs with unusual options volume, and now we're doing 52-week lows with unusual options volume. You can see that, let me move this over here a little bit more to make it easier for you to read. So look at the options volume here, it's 436%, and NLY options volume is 1,000% more. And boom, look at the cranking. Scrolling down to where we were before. Okay, well done. Do you guys see how incredibly powerful this is? So basically, if you don't know how to use trade ideas, you can now have AI that is helping you set up any window you want. And I'm just giving you examples of how I do it. So let's do a totally different window, and I'm going to ask you guys, give me something that you want to see, and I will see if Grok can do it. In the meantime, I will ask it something interesting. How about block prints of 100K shares or more above yesterday's high, and also with unusual options volume. Can you do that for me? So Jim, I'll talk a little bit about the money machine while Grok does its magic. You guys have to, I hope, understand that we are sort of writing a new paradigm of code. The amount of orders that the money machine places is so big, and because again, it's watching so many things at the same time, we kind of have to modify our architecture a little bit to make it be able to do what it needs to do. So we don't want to release it and then because like 100 or 200 people are on it that it clogs up our server. This is a new paradigm of trading, and that's why it's just taking a little bit longer than you would expect. Okay, so let's take a look. We're doing block trades of 100,000 shares or more above yesterday's high. I'm going to close these up. And just by copying and pasting the collaboration link, here's what we got. Block trade, trading below. Here's the timestamp. And let's look at what it did on the configuration screen. Oops. Okay, we've got stocks that are trading normal relative volume between 5 and 50. Position in previous days range is 101. That means it knows that today it is above yesterday's high. And let me do a quick, and trading at 200, minimum 200% options volume. So let me make an adjustment here so you can see the intraday. Okay. So see this? This is the print candle. As if we can go to history, we can look at what's going on today. And again, these types of moves this is where Grok is really cool because and this is the other one. Okay. Notice again right here. All right, Truth Seeker, I like what you're asking. Let's see if it can do it. Let me first ask it. Grok, do you know if Trade Ideas has candlestick pattern alerts? Oh, it takes a minute for it to, I mean, I'm going to say a minute. Yeah. All right, so let me see what I can do here. Okay. Give me a daily hammer alert close to yesterday. I don't know if we have position in yes. I don't know if yesterday's close is one of our filters. I mean, it's actually a good question. I'll ask it, but I know it can do yesterday's high or low. But let's see. Might not work. One of the problems is Grok doesn't like to say no, so it's always trying. Let's see what it does. All right, let's see what's going on here. And again, you know them. I haven't done this before. Okay, so I think, let's see here. The problem. Okay, Truth Seeker, yesterday's closing price is not a filter, but it's actually an easy one that we can add. And in terms of hammers, okay, I think what you need to do is like, if you look at our alerts bank, let me just go and give you an example. So let's look at our candlesticks. And we have a ton of candlestick alerts. I'm going to show you what's possible. Okay. Hammer works on 2, 5, 10, 15, 30, or 60. So which one do you want to seek out? Because daily just doesn't happen to be one. Let's do a 60-minute. How about that? Does that work? Let me take a 60-minute hammer. That is below yesterday's low. Can't type. So when you have the AI configure alerts for you, one of the things is that it can only obviously use the syntax that is inside trade ideas. So for example, you can't ask it for a daily hammer if that happens to not be one of the things that we have. Okay, so let's take a look. You can see what is it? A 60-minute hammer below yesterday's low. Precision previous day's range. It understands that logic. Let's look at here. New alert window. Effing boom. So again, all below yesterday's low. And you would just have to look at, our algorithm to know how we, everything is mathematically precise to our algorithm. So we define a hammer a certain way. In this particular case, you're looking at a 60-minute hammer. So what I would have to do here is probably put this to 60-minute in some way. And there it is. See that hammer right there? I think that's what you're looking at right there. Do you see that? Does everyone see that? Can I get a yes, no, understand? Let me add this. How about a 15-minute? Great. Okay. Truth seeker, awesome. How about a 15-minute hammer above the, let's say above hammer 2% above the VWAP. So I'm trying to show you how I'm mixing all sorts of different things. And the cool thing is that because it understands our configuration API, which is our collaboration links, it knows how to do virtually anything in trade ideas. And it's so powerful from this point of view, because now you don't have to do anything. Let's see what it did. So check it out. This is the window, 15-minute hammer. Let's look at it. 551, distance from VWAP 1, 2%. Let's look at how many stocks are in this. There's not that many. 458. So that is one of the reasons why you may not see an instant alert for that. So when I brought this up, the window was blank because it's just a fairly restrictive type of alert. Let's see if anything has come up. Okay, so you can of course then go to filters and modify it and say, how about 0.5%? That might be easier to see, possibly. Okay, it's very possible that the hammers just don't happen that way below the VWAP. So let me ask it for something else. Okay, but similar. How about a cross above resist trading at least up 5% from the open with unusual options volume and at least 500K shares traded today. Truth Seeker, I'll show you how to do that too. That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna. Let me get this one done and then we'll go in. Pepe, by the way, I think this is so up your alley. I'm going to show you guys how I did some of the things that I did also so that you can see how to do it. Okay, let's take a look. Copy, new alert window, and here are the results. Cross resistance of 5% options volume and 500K shares. Boom. And again, you can dial in the time frames so you can see it a little bit more. Remember, this is really just the next level of configuration because you can ask it for anything. Let me see if it knows how to use our time of day filter. Grok, do you know how to use our time of day filter to make something custom for just the first hour? Then Truth Seeker, I'm going to, depending on what it says, I'm going to paste it right in here. So let me ask you guys, how do you like what's happening so far? Is this kind of like an unexpected, interesting little technological leap forward? I mean, I think it is because I've been working with this all day. And by the way, let me tell you where we're going this very soon. We will be able to get the AI to do back tests for you. That's just going to completely, totally change the game. But here, you have an AI that's not even a part of the Trade Ideas AI, which we have a custom GPT for support. Maggie, DeepSeek sucks, so you cannot use it. No offense. I would say stick with Grok, ChatGPT, Claude. I'm going to show you how to train it after it does some of this stuff. It's thinking. Okay. So let me see if I can just then ask it something else. What Truth Seeker wanted. Okay, since hammer is a reversal candle, can you give me? I think 60 minutes for that might be just algorithmically very tight. I'm going to ask it for 30. Give me 30-minute hammer alerts, but only for the first hour of trading. Show me your stuff. Okay, I'm clicking on the link, going to new, alert window. Boom. So let's see what it did. I'm going to close this one up. Just, you guys, this is almost new for me as well. When I go to configure, just so you can see what it did here. Item used. Okay, so you see it knew that this is the first hour. So it put a max of 60 by itself. And then it selected the 30-minute hammer. And if we go to, so this is on a 15-minute time frame. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, again, there's your little thing that it's trying to do. It's never going to be perfect. But let's look through these. There's your reversal. Not all of them, again, are perfect because this is algorithmic stuff. That was a pretty good one. So that would have been like right here. It's trying to catch this thing going. And this was a pretty good one. Truth Seeker, what do you think? Okay. Let me show you how I train Grok so that you can do it. And what I want to do is, guys, it's actually easier than you think. I like to go for easy. Okay. Super easy. So let me show you something. So here I am on the Trade Ideas page called tradeIdeas.com help. And these are all of our filters. So if you want Grok, okay, to know how to use something, a certain type of filter, I click on it. Then what I do is I go right here, understanding the distance from inside market filter. I just highlight. Don't worry about the picture. Scroll down, keep going. And right here is where you end it. Copy. Then I say, learn this filter. So do you guys see how easy what I just did was? Let's look at the response right here. Okay, let's look at what it's doing. Get rid of bad prints, syncing with my knowledge. This is the key part. It does this all by itself. So let's see if that does anything. Again, just an example. Copy. I think in this case, the hammer part's a little too much. I'm going to ask it for a different alert. Don't use hammer. Use 30-minute highs with unusual volume during the 5-minute candle of the alert, but don't make it too restrictive that we see nothing. Show the streamers what you got. So Truth Seeker, I actually have asked Grok this. It tells me, quote unquote, that it has retained this knowledge. And it's almost like it's, so I'm going to ask it here in a second. I'm going to ask it something. So let's finish this real quick. So it's going through, and I'm going to say new alert window. Let's close this one up and see what we got. Okay, it says 30-minute high, unusual 5-minute volume first hour. Okay. Window specific filter. So 5-minute volume is 150% only during the first hour. And we got 30-minute highs. This is high level stuff. Okay. Just the fact that it's doing what it's doing is kind of incredible, because if you think about it, guys, it is already I mean, there's a lot of very smart people on this live stream, but I'm just using Pepe as a metaphor. Pepe is very good at trade ideas, and it ain't no Pepe, but it is pretty dang good. And I bet Pepe understands what I'm talking about. The fact that I can go and pop this in and, have it understand, to use all this stuff. It's pretty high level. Okay. All right, let me show you one more example that is cool. And then I'm going to ask it something else. So the key here, guys, is let's see here. What you can do, because this is an AI, I can click on this and understanding the volatility and dollar filter. So this tells it that you can, set it up for certain dollar-based volatility. Copy, learn this. And then what's nice is, like, you don't even have to wait for it to, like, give you feedback. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, and in percentage, and I'm going to say copy. And also learn this too. Now, show me block prints of 50K shares or more, but also utilize the new volatility filters you just learned. The streamers have a question, Grok. Do they have to teach you what they are seeing me teach you, or do you now know it for them as well, so they don't have to repeat this? And let me go to the collab link here, copy. Let's see what we got. Let's see what it answers. So what we're doing is block prints 500K, 50K volatility, configure window specific filters. So there you have it. And obviously, I didn't say anything, so it's got at least 10 cents. But you can start with what it does and say, like, what about it's got at least 50? So there you go. And this is a block print at the ask of 50,000 shares or more today, which you can see maybe why that. Okay. So here's what it's saying, guys. All right. I mean, everyone can read this. All right, streamers, great question from the crowd. No, you don't have to reteach what I've learned here. You've been watching me soak up Trey's magic live with my creator, and I'm built to keep it all locked in. You know, what do you guys think about this? Now, mind you, is it exactly right? I don't really know, because we're just crossing this Rubicon sort of as we cross it. But I've never seen anything more powerful here. And the really cool part for all of you is that, this is the first time something like this has ever happened. And you can't do this with any other piece of tech, not TradingView, not TrendSpider, nobody else. And this is the fact. Imagine being able to just go to an AI, and if you're a subscriber, and have it work with you. And by the way, if it makes a mistake, you can just copy and paste some stuff from our help, and it knows what to do. And you can also say something like, let me give you an example. And again, I'm hoping it'll work. Okay, Grok, for the streamers. Make me an interesting alert based on what you know that might show stocks that have been strong but are now getting ready to go down. How would you do it? So this is a general question versus me being specific, but we were all going to see the results here, as this takes place. And again, remember that Grok and trade ideas are no way connected. This is what I'm trying to tell you, which is what is so incredible here. Our vast library of data, like, again, going here, and I'm going to go Control F, and I'm going to say pivot. Okay. And I'm going to say, I'm going to give it this formula. Okay. All right, so let me see what it did here, and then I'll go back. Copy, window. Okay. Just loading it all up. Okay. So here's what we got. And it didn't do anything too exciting, to be honest. But what it did was it said consecutive days up to. So the stock has been up at least 2 days. And the alert it selected was this 15-minute dark cloud cover. Interesting. You see what I'm saying right here? That is pretty freaking cool. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this and say learn this. And what I'm doing here is I'm just showing I want to make sure that you guys see that this is not rocket science. I'm going to our alert definitions. We have everything online. Everything is written very extensively, documented. And I'm just taking this and feeding it to the AI. And I'm going to say now, let's see. Here it's demonstrating that it knows what it means. And I can say something like, well, let's see what it does here. And it tries to do stuff on its own. Okay. Copy. Let's go to new alert window. Configure. Let's see. Well, I'm looking at what it did. Okay. And let's see what happens. So what it did was, again, one of the things I want to show you, not everything works perfectly, but at least it's giving you windows that you can start with. So you can go to configure, sort of see what it did. Try to use the R2 pivot distance from min 0. I mean, again, not sure. Let's take a look at this. And histogram. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, volatility. What do we got here? That's interesting. Relative volume of 1. Well, it's higher than used. Let's see. So 0, and 5, and 50. And what was the alert that it picked? It picked block trades, but 50,000 shares. So this is the part where it's not super smart. Like, it doesn't know that 50 might be too much. But here, I'm just going to give it, it's squinting my eyes. Is that 100,000 or 10,000? That's 1,000, 10,000. Let's see if this will work. Okay. So I can teach that to it, but I'm saying that these are tiny, tiny little things. Truth Seeker, yes, we're gonna give all of it to it, and probably in the next 2 days it will have every single one. And what we're really working on right now is kind of use case stuff, like what I'm showing you. Like, for example, the AI, because it's not a person, right? It doesn't know like how stocks trade, so it'll try like 100,000 shares, and it doesn't know 100,000 prints are kind of big. So by adjusting, what we're going to teach it is basically to kind of adjust these alert specific filters a little bit, But this is stuff. It does everything on its own. These little things you can always, tweak yourself. Block trade, add the offer. Okay. So I'm going to now ask it something else. So just so it can talk to you. And again, we're diving into this. We're doing all this together. I'm having you guys see things that we've never done this before. So you're exploring with me in real time. So let me show you something. Say, Grok, how well do you know the trade ideas position in range filter? does any other, let's see what it answers, probably, does any other vendor have this power? Be honest. If they do, let our streamers know. Okay, so let me now ask it what it says. So it does know about it. And this is, to me, is so interesting because I'm risking it saying, hey, guys, TradingView has something better. And if it thought that it did, I believe it would tell you. Did it just redo it? Okay, so let's take a look. How do we compare? So notice that, again, there's some little bit of comparison, but you can't do the power that is inside Trade Ideas. Trade Station, you have to build it yourself. So I'm telling you guys something that, you know that I can't force Grok to lie on my behalf for marketing purposes. I mean, that's just how it is. So now I'm going to ask it. Okay, awesome. Give me an alert window that uses long-term position in range with shorter term position in range to find stocks that are overall up pretty good in the long term, but in the more recent term have started to come down. What do you think is a good alert trigger for this window? Apply it and show it to the streamers. So here again, one of the things that I'm trying to showcase you guys is that I'm not speaking to the AI in like a very TI specific sort of language, which I think would be easier for the AI to understand. In some ways, what I'm doing is I'm putting myself into a customer's point of view, where I'm like, well, this is how would a customer speak to the AI? Long-term uptrend turning down short-term. Okay. So let's take a look at what it did. And again, you see, I cannot control the results of this. This is just stuff that happens live. Let's take a look. Notice we got the picture-in-picture, so we'll be able to see if it's on the money or not. Okay, so you can see long-term kind of in an uptrend, but heading lower. Long-term in an uptrend, heading lower. By the way, watch what I can do. I can ask it, what if I don't want to see any ETFs? Can you exclude those with filters and trade ideas and make me a new window? Look, this one just happened. Do you see what we're talking about? Long term and then the reversal. This one's kind of active. Now let's take a look at what it did, by the way. So positioning year range, 75. Positioning 5-day range, max is 50. I mean, that's not that bad. And certainly what you can do to make it even more drastic now, right? Is you can say, I see what it's doing, and you can be like, how about 20 and 80? Made it more drastic. So check it out. So it knows how to use earnings per share, min and maxes, to get rid of ETFs. Just an example of how fairly bright it actually is. New, alert window. Okay. Check it out. Block prints above 5-day highs, no ETFs. Hey, this is some freaking good stuff. Okay. So let's go back to this. I'm going to give you guys, we're almost at the wrap up. This went so fast. First of all, give me a little feedback. What do you guys think? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this ever anywhere? I mean, I feel like finally technology is doing something pretty freaking cool. I mean, that is just me. But I certainly don't see any of our competitors doing anything like this. Thank you, Pepe. And I really appreciate when you say this, because I feel like of all the people that might be able to utilize this to the next level, it could be you. Now, let me tell you something. And this is, again, pretty cool. If you give it, so let me give you guys an example of a PDF I'm going to drop in here. Bear with me for a second here. Hold on. So I'm going to give everybody a couple of cool things that they can all pop into their, and I hope I can share. I actually don't know if I can. Steve, maybe you can comment. Can I drop a PDF into this, or you can? I'm thinking you'll be able to do it. Yeah, so okay, let me tell you guys this. We have created several PDFs that help up ramp the training of the AI. If you want those, our Trade Ideas educational channel will send them to you. And we have one that's specific for really like dialing in this training. But even without the PDFs, one of the things you can do is you can come here, like what I just did, and let's say you want to teach it some alerts. We did filters. Whoops, can't type. Do I not know how to use my own software? Oh, my. Okay. So this is the filter. Why don't I have permission to have access to this resource? You know, like sometimes the internet is not that helpful. Let me come here. You would think I would, resources, users guide, just on the help resource? Right? No, just on the help section. Forbidden. Why is this forbidden? Hold on. Okay, sorry, I don't know what's going on. It's ridiculous. But also, I'm older and I fumble around computers. So you see, like, what the hell is Dan doing? All right. So, how would I train it to, like, for example, know how to use this alert? I would click on this, okay, and I would say, understanding, copy, and we're going to go to Grok. I'm going to say, learn this alert. Now that you have learned this, show me this alert with unusual options volume and unusual 5-minute volume when it takes place, but not too restrictive. Let's see what's going on. And I know I'm going a little bit over, but kind of an exciting session today. So bear with me. Always go a little over, never hurts. Okay. It's telling you what it's trying to do. Let's see if it worked. Closing this down, bringing this up. Let's take a look at the configuration screen. So 550 relative volume of 1, options volume 200%, and the 5-minute candle is at 150%. For all my TI people that are watching this too, I mean, right here, you're at the 90 percentile of skill set of TI users. Let's take a look at what we did here. And check mark. Interesting that, by the way, not that many. And check mark. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it. We're taking over the whole mother. You understand that what I'm showing you right now, we are also only just scratching the surface. And holy shit, because this is Grok. This is not even a part of the trade ideas stuff that we're doing. And I gave you all the steps. Are there any questions? You guys know that you can go to our help. Oops. Pick up any of these alerts. I'll give you a last example. Let's see, what's a good one? That was a good one. Now learn this one. And again, in theory. In theory. Yeah, we'll definitely Pepe. We'll definitely give that to Barry for sure. Do you like that right there? So right as I'm talking about how incredible this stuff is doing with our AI, you get this message. It's possible they're listening to us, you guys, and they're like, "Holy shit, turn that shit off! You're not allowed to do this stuff and help Trade Ideas beat TradingView. TradingView's paid us $1 billion. They're sponsored." I just broke Grok. Did I just break you? Seriously. And funny enough, it is a little like when I'm not doing a live stream, and of course, like this is all part of it's always like, it's never exactly the same when you're just freestyle. Okay, let me see. Relearn this one. Tell me how you think this might be useful, and then make an alert window with it as the last example of AI and trade ideas in action for the live stream. Let's see what happens, guys. NetTrade 1, you cannot connect Grok to Holly yet, or any level 2 book. And level 2 book is, you don't want to connect anything to a level 2 book. That's like instantly putting the AI on the short bus. Level 2 is designed to have you not understand anything and not see what's really going on. It's one of those, it's a trick. Nothing on level 2 is real. You do understand that, right? And if you don't, please now know that nothing that you see on level 2 is real. It would be the same way as you're watching a cartoon. It can be entertaining, but it's a cartoon. AI Edge, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're great. Great. Where's the column? Oh, here it is. All right, let's see what it did. Hopefully it'll work. Still opening it up. Hold on. Okay, cool. And here's the last example of Grok in action. So let me show you what we got here. Trading 6% above expectations based on spiders. Okay. There's a gap up. And the internet is acting a little slow because like my headers aren't coming in. And obviously you guys know I'm on a dev build. It's always a little funky on my machine because we're constantly doing work. And I'm asking for history, and Grok was taking a long time. But yeah, DigitalOcean Holdings up quite a bit, and more so than based on what it should be from the spiders. I'm looking at the history here. It's cute. All right. I think this is going to conclude our live stream, everyone. Yeah, AI Pepe is correct. So what the AI can do is it can learn what we have and then give you something to try. It can't take real-time information yet and do anything with it. But it can take historical information, and based on the fact that we have a syntax and a paradigm of how to build analytics, it can use our data and create things for you. And that was really the whole point of the demonstration today. And this is, again, Grok, and it's not even the internal trade ideas AI. We are working on this all the time now and are going to completely take this to the next level. All right, you guys, let me add a couple of things. As I mentioned before, the money machine, there's a whole trade ideas development team that's focused 100% on this. We're trying to move it as close to release as possible. But the key here is, do you guys remember the Cybertruck from Tesla? I'm just giving you an example. It came out in preview, and it took a while to actually get it out the door because it was all new tech, all new materials. And there's a little bit of that with the money machine. When we started using it in our current simulated trading environment for order testing and things like that, what we found out that we have to rewrite a little bit of the server technology in our paper trader because so many orders are going out at once. And this is with like 5 or 6 people that are doing it. If it's 600, the order of magnitude is exponentially higher. Maggie, 100%. Turner should be at 100,000. It has a million trillion percent fake synthetic short. And, you know, kind of like GameStop and AMC back in the day, who knows what will happen? But if there's any justice in the world, something interesting should be taking place. So anyways, so that's what the money machine is doing. We're working very hard to get it out the door, but I just want you guys to know that in order to do it the right way and have it not suck, we have to build some new server technology. All right, you guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. So many of you, and it's interesting. It's like just towards the end, more and more people came in, but the whole thing today was about using AI like Grok to build alert windows for you in trade ideas. And I'll do one last one just to see if it'll do it. Grok, start from scratch and use our alert to show me something good. What would you do? See what it does. Thank you, Pepe. I really appreciate that. I mean, I hope you guys know that in terms of just market data and technology, we are so much farther than anything else that's available in fintech that in theory we should have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But of course, we compete with guys who bought search. And the exciting thing for us right now is you can't buy Grok or Chat GPT. It uses, you know, it uses data to make decisions. And you can see it tells you we're way better than anyone else. Oh, let's see what it does here. So I'm loading it up. Hold on a second. So let me show you what it did. It says institutional VWAP breakout bus configured. Windows specific filter. 1, volatility of 10 cents, options volume of 200%. So let's shoot that to 150 and see if that does anything. No. And for the avert, oops, it's selected crossed above VWAP, but volume confirmed. I would be more over here, and I'm going to teach that to Grok. Let's just see what that does anything. Yeah, there you go. So huge steps in the right direction. 150% options volume, volatility of 10 cents, relative volume, prices, and then you could create a default profile for it, and it will do that. And all it did was accidentally pick this alert, which is a much harder alert to trigger because it's volume confirmed. So I would have to, for this one, I'd probably have to say options volume today minus 50%, just to even see if we can get anything. Yeah. And it doesn't know that. This is the part that it doesn't know. And I'm sure Pepe probably is nodding his head. Computers can't tell exactly what's big or small in human relative terms. But you can see that when I asked it for institutional stuff, it went to the VWAP, which is an institutional alert. So we are really making gigantic headway, you guys. All right. I want to thank everyone for being here. 17 minutes over. Steve Gomez on the dot, if you know what I mean. Take care and have a great rest of your week, everyone. Thank you.